Hey everybody, it's Cindy from Ask Nurse Cindy coming to you live from the famous studio. Later than I normally do, but I had business to take care of today. And what type of business was I taking care of? I was completing day 9 of my Carnivore 2-week experiment. So Carnivore for 2 weeks, that's 14 days. Read it and weep. Hi everybody, as you're hopping on. I'm glad to see you here with me. Give me some thumbs up. My sister Debbie Stokes. Hi sweetheart, how are you? This is all her fault that I'm doing what I do because she's the one that introduced me to the ketogenic way of eating. So hi Debbie, love you very much sweetheart, very, very much. And Susan, how are you as you're coming on? So I'm finishing day 9. Well, I can normally talk, but maybe not today. So hi sweetheart, hi all you guys. Hit the share button because I am feeling oh so fine on Carnivore day 9. I am still hitting my stride. I'm feeling good. Scales aren't really moving, down to my lowest point as of yesterday, but then I made those pepperoni little treats that I posted the recipe for yesterday from rule.me. And they were so salty, I was up a pound this morning. So it'll be interesting to see how tomorrow is. My blood sugar this morning was 94. My ketones, blood ketones were 1.6. So welcome everybody as you're hopping on. It's good to see you. One of the reasons I'm late is I had to finish listening to Dr. Ken Berry and Carrie Brown's live that they just did. So anyway, day 9. So I am oh so fine. So here's my song. You ready? Now you guys have to give me some thumbs up and some hearts on. You remember the what was that? It was like one of the in the 50s or 60s. Something. You're so fine. You so fine. You break you. How's it go? Anyway, here's what I'm gonna say. Oh, Carney, you so fine. You so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Carney. Hey, Carney. Now that's funny. Now don't give me a frowny face. Carnivore, Carney, get it? Oh, Carney, you so fine, you so fine, you... No, okay. Anyway, 9 days down, 5 days to go. Thank you. I know, I'm funny. I'm just so funny. And I'm feeling great. So, is this going to be my lifestyle? No, not going to be my lifestyle. You know how different people do egg fasts, they do water fasts, they do, you name it. There was that hamburger and butter fast going around a while ago. That's Carnivore. Just a different name. So what I'm doing is I'm doing it to really dramatically drop my carbohydrates, which I have dramatically. I think today I had some sausage links for breakfast. I had 3 hard-boiled eggs for lunch. And then for dinner, I went a little crazy. I was talking to my sister earlier today. I had one of those hungry days. Now, I have not really had much hunger at all. I've had a few cravings when I was first starting out, but really no hunger on this. And today I was hungry, like stomach caving in to the back of my spine, hungry, which is why I'm very hopeful tomorrow the scales are gonna give me a good sign. Not that I really trust them. I only trust them when I like what I see. When I don't like what I see, I don't trust them, and I put them in timeout in the corner. So very hungry today. Now here's what we all know. We all know. I'm gonna look at you out of the side of my eyes because I'm going to make a confession. I went grocery shopping hungry. Give me thumbs up. Has anybody ever gone grocery shopping hungry? Do we all know? If you've done that before, give me a thumbs up. And if you know that's a bad idea, give me a heart. Or whatever it is, or a laugh or something. Okay, so we all know. Lots of thumbs up coming across. So I went shopping hungry. Not a good idea. I'm carnivore. For 2 weeks. For 5 more days. I bought $37 worth of meat. I bought $37 worth of raw meat, 3 pounds of bacon, 2 pounds of ground pork, a pound of ground beef, and 2 big ribeye steaks. And I brought them home. And I wanted to grill out, and I knew my husband, and I used to be a sneak eater. Now, those of you that have listened to me know that I used to be a sneak eater when I was standard American diet, when I was that sad, stupid American diet thing. And I knew that my husband, if he knew I wanted to grill out tonight, he would not leave for his men's group at church. I knew he wouldn't. I knew he'd either say, no, 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 don't, he doesn't trust me with fire. Why? Why, I ask you? Why is this a man's domain, right? So I literally brought all that meat in, sort of in with all of my work stuff, my briefcase and stuff. And he's like, I'm thinking I'm just going to stay home tonight. I just want to sit here and visit with you. And I'm like, oh no, I'm sure God has something good for you at church. Confessions of a carnivore. And God, I'm sure, does have something good for him at church. And I'm like pushing him out the door because I need to cook my meat because I'm starving. I'm just such a bad girl. I said, oh baby, you gotta go to church. Go to church. I'll be fine. I'll be here when you get home. Anyway, so he leaves, and I go out and I grab the Weber. I pull it in, you know, away from where it would catch the house on fire, because that's an important thing not to have your husband come home to. And then I looked at that charcoal starter thing. It's like a chimney thing, and you put the charcoal in. I don't know. I used to be a Girl Scout. I didn't know how to do that. So what do you do when you're in a pinch? You text your son-in-law, Jason Getman. You've seen the movies. You've seen the videos I've done with my daughter, Lauren Getman, who lives here in San Antonio. And I took a picture of the charcoal chimney thing. And I said, what do I do with this? And then it was this entertaining series of text messages back and forth while he wanted to know why. He goes, the charcoal starter or whatever that thing's called. And I'm like, yes. And then he goes, what are you wanting to do? Where's Clarence? And I said, he's at church. He goes, and I said, should I do it the old-fashioned way, or how should I do this charcoal starter thing? And he goes, he basically said in a text message, very politically correct, protecting his mother-in-law's feelings, I don't know how comfortable I am with you starting a fire without Clarence there. And I'm like, really? Okay. So men, is any man here think that his wife cannot start a fire? I did. I did Girl Scout style, did the evenly distributed little pile of stuff, and I squirted the charcoal lighter on it. It was Kingsford briquettes. They're very easy to light. Squirted it on it, and it's very windy today here in San Antonio, or at least it was earlier. And so I thought, well, and I'm a nurse, and I do wound care, and I take care of a lot of burn patients, or I lecture about how to take care of burns. And I didn't want to be one. And so I thought, where's our long, you know, that long thing that does that, right? I couldn't find it. I pulled out a Christmas candle, a red, long, tapered Christmas candle, and I lit it. Now, it's very windy, so that was difficult. I went through about 6 matches for that. And you know, needs must. I needed to cook my meat. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I needed meat. I was hungry. So, that's a really good idea, by the way. If you can't find your long-handled starter thing, whatever those things are called, grab yourself a long red Christmas taper, which I have a drawer of them. I don't use the big long tapers anymore. I use little squat candles. But anyway, I digress, squirrel. And it started like a champ. And I kept taking pictures of the coals, and I'd send them to Jason, and I'd say, I don't think they're done yet, but do you agree? He's like, I concur. And then we finally, he finally said, yeah, I agree, those are ready. And so, what do you have to spread them out with? I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So I went and got a little branchy twig thing he just trimmed, and trash pickup hasn't come for our green stuff. So I spread that out, because by now I'm a carnivore. I need to eat. So I posted a picture earlier of all the stuff I put on that Weber grill, and I cooked it, and it was amazing. Now, how much of it did I eat? Well, that's the funny thing. My eyes were so big, I'm thinking I'm going to eat half of this. 2 ribeye steaks. I did like 8 big kielbases. I did 3 pounds of ground meat, because I blended the pork and the hamburger, and then I did the rest of that. There was a pound left. I said, I'm just going to make pork burgers. Did that. A lot of meat left. And I sent a picture to Jason when I was finishing up and putting it on the tray to take into the house, and he said, man, I'm hungry. And I thought, sucks to be you, fella. No. Maybe I thought that for just a minute. They only live about 10 minutes away. So I came in and I ate 2 slices of the kielbasa. So good. You know when the skin is just crisp and crunchy? I'm still sort of focused on my meal. It was very, very satisfying. I had about 2 slices of that. I could only eat maybe a third of my ribeye. And that's one of the things I've noticed about carnivore is that you really do get full fast. You really, it tastes delicious and you really get full fast. So after I cleaned up and I, you know, sort of closed the thing for the grill so the coals could die down, and wished I had more raw meat because I did a few too many coals, I think. I had a lot of coals. I probably could have cooked a cow. And it's pretty funny. Am I entertaining you all? I hope so. So I'm telling you my story. And then I decided that I would make a delivery. So we have those, have you ever taken something home, a takeout box, leftovers from a restaurant, and they have these really nice heavy-duty black plastic on the bottom and clear, sort of translucent, see-through on the other, and you, hi Lauren, how are you? Or Laura, I should say, sorry. I just thought it was my daughter for just a minute, didn't have my glasses on. But anyway, so you do all that, and we take them home. We eat the leftovers, and then we wash them out. And I took 2 of them, and I put like 3 big kielbasas and 4 hamburger patties and half of my steak, and I put them in the car, and off I drive, and I call him about a block and a half from his house and basically told him that there was a new keto food delivery service in town. He goes, really? I said, yeah, I'll be up at your door in about 15 seconds. But I didn't want the grandbabies to see me because it's almost bedtime. So I dropped off my delivery on the front porch, texted him and said, delivery completed, mission accomplished, and I came home. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to go inside and make sure I've cleaned up any debris that would show my husband that I cooked outside tonight, because he's a morning person and not a nighttime person. By the time he gets home, he'll be very tired. And I might even hide the meat in the bottom drawer of the... I don't want to go into it tonight when he goes, what do you mean you grilled out? Anyway, so how am I doing on day 9? Clearly, day 9, I'm talkative, I'm verbose, I think I'm funnier than I am, and I'm feeling really good. And I'm really happy that I was reading today about hyperpalatability, why sometimes even on keto you can overeat, or I don't know if it's overeat, but you tend to still stay obsessed with food. And if something is palatable, it tastes good, right? We call it, and after you eat, you have satiety. Well, there's these signals. There's this dopamine reward center. When we eat something that's very, very satisfying, it lights up. That's why we call them comfort foods, because we get this feeling of relief or peace or comfort because of the dopamine release. Well, this is and there's direct loops from our leptin and our ghrelin about hunger and satiety, and then there's this sort of indirect loop from our dopamine. And when you eat a combination of foods, fats, something savory, something with some carbs, even if it's a salad, it activates that hyperpalatability. That food is so tasty that you really are inclined to want to eat more of it than you should or that you really need. So I think one of the things that carnivore has done for me, because the food is so basic in the sense of I'm having a piece of meat. I did make that taco pie. I need to post that recipe again. That was tasty the other day, and I made those egg cups. I called them my carnivore cups, and I blended some stuff, but it's all basically just protein with some fat. And I'm not adding extra fat to anything, really. I mean, the recipes had some in it that I added, but I didn't put butter on my steak tonight. I'm just using the animal fat from the meat. And one of the things that I was reading about is that when you eat single types of food, you deactivate that hyper palatability, that super palatability, that sort of generation, like I need to have more and more. So it was interesting to me. So I think the benefits to me, my blood sugar this morning, as I said, fasting was 94. It's like almost the lowest I've had since I've started testing. I was happy with my blood ketones early this morning at 1.5. If I went in and tested them now, they're probably in the 2.2 range, because ketones tend to build up over time. And I just had a great fatty meal, you know, protein and fat. So I'm enjoying the experiment. I'm enjoying trying something different. I've been doing keto 2 years. What I don't want is for any of you to feel like you have to jump on the bandwagon. If you're happy and content with keto, if you're reaching your health goals, absolutely do that. But certainly don't feel like this is something that you have to do. I'm looking forward to having a salad again. I'm looking forward to having my Brussels sprouts and my broccoli and making some keto treats. But I think I'm going to, because of that whole thing, I think I talked about it yesterday for a little bit about how this is just a great elimination diet. I'm going to be methodical. I think I'll add a single vegetable back in, maybe broccoli, and I'm going to taper myself back into it. I'm going to walk in from the edge of the lake. I'm not going to go to the end of the dock and dive in. So that's the plan as of today, with 5 days to go. And I'm probably not even going to take time to look at this because of how late it is. It's already 8:20 in my time here. Hi Sally, hi Audrey, hi Ella. Oh, you're the fire starter. Good for you, Ella. Hi, Shelly. Yeah, so you rarely eat veggies. Good. Hi, Candy and Becky and Marianne and Audrey. So you guys are awesome. It's really good to see you. I'm trying to see who's up here. Oh, my sister Debbie's. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what these little buttons are up here. Hi, Lisa. How are you up there in the corner there? I guess those are the people that are, I don't know what that is. Hi, Carol. Yeah, I'm going to be carnivore for another 5 days. Yeah, so she actually, Nisha did, I think she did call it quits today. You know what's interesting? My family, boy, you can tell it's getting dark. It's time to go in. Lights out. My grandparents, my mom's parents, immigrated from Sweden, so more northern, where you're going to have to eat a lot more meat, especially in the long winters. In fact, my grandfather herded reindeers. He's from the area of Sweden in the north called Lapland, the Laplands. And he, so it stands to reason that my genetic makeup is probably going to do well on a high meat diet. Nisha's family comes from, I think, Puerto Rico and Spain and that area, where it's much more temperate and you have a lot more vegetables. So genetic predisposition to how they respond to different types of food, I really do think we're going to find that make a lot more sense as we go through. So I applaud her for saying, I really don't know I'm online. So that's it for me. I better go because it is getting quite dark. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for everybody for hopping on. And number 10 is tomorrow. Day 10 is tomorrow, and it's Friday. And I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow night. I'm babysitting the kids. So if you don't hear from me tomorrow night, it just means I'm babysitting the grandkids. But I'll still be doing carnivore. So if I don't talk to you tomorrow, I'll talk to you on Saturday and let you know how day 11 goes. I've been getting some great rhymes because I've been trying to rhyme every day. So 10, we're going to win on day 10. And I've got some other ideas. Some folks gave me ideas for day 11 and 12 and on up. So, mwah. You guys have a good night. Bye.